Might get some gum stuck in my beard. This is Dylan Bond. He's from Bond Financial Services. You're the owner and a big Red Sox fan. He's been growing the playoff beard. And you said, I think it was a couple weeks ago, the World Series, because the World Series game is tonight, Red Sox in 6.
I did predict that last week on the show, Seth, and hopefully we can get it done tonight, because the last thing I want is to be handing out candy to kids tomorrow night with a Game 7 going on. I might just throw it at them and slam the door if things aren't going our way.
I feel like what will end up happening, is that a bunch of people are going to be watching the game instead. They'll turn off, they'll lock their doors and just stay and watch the Red Sox. So we're sporting the beards like the Red Sox are doing, but we're also talking a little bit of financing. So what is it? Dollar cost averaging is what we're going to talk about today.
Really, just to get into some the term dollar cost averaging, is it a good or a bad thing? And really, it could be both. I feel dollar cost averaging, for the most part, is a good thing if you're younger. You have a lot of time to invest and put money into investments, and you don't have as much money up front. So what you're doing is you're buying into the market, whether you're doing it through your 401k or you're doing it on your own, on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis. And what it's doing is it's buying the investment prices at different times. So if they go down, you buy more. If they go up, you buy less. And over the long run, the goal would be that you'd have a better, more consistent portfolio growth by doing it that way.
So let me see if I understand you. Basically, you're always buying funds, but you're buying them depending on what the roller coaster of the market is.
Yeah, and the other thing is it could be fun. It could be mutual funds. It could be individual stocks. It can be managed accounts. It could be a lot of different things. But ultimately, just to keep it simple, keep it as just an investment. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to buy more when it's lower, buy less when it's higher, and do it consistently over the long term, so that by the time you get back down to retirement or whenever you need that money to use for something, you'll have less volatility in a better cost basis.
And it'll almost more or less average out, because you're kind of going along with the wave of the stock market.
That's the theory. It doesn't always work that way. We all know the market has risk. You really have to speak with somebody like myself or somebody that you work with to make sure it's right for you. But
and as a general theory, it's more for younger people.
Well, dollar cost averaging is, and what I talk about for people that I work with, because I work predominantly with people that are 50 and older, is I talk about being careful about reverse dollar cost averaging. Because really, when you think about it, if you're at 60 years old or 65 years old and all your money is in volatile assets like mutual funds, and you're pulling a fixed income out of that and the markets are going up and down, if you decide you want to take 5% a year for the rest of your retirement, and that is, let's say, $5,000 on 100,000. Well, what if we have a 2008 scenario where the market goes down 50%? You still need to take another 5,000 out for income. You now have to take 10% out for that year. So if you do that over the long run, and the markets go up and down and up and down and up and down, considering the risk, the fees, and the withdrawals, you're going to have a higher probability of running out of money sooner. And most people that I work with, they want to live longer than, or they don't want to live longer than their money does.
Exactly.
You know, so it's important to keep into perspective.
Now, Dylan, it's our Halloween show, so we're doing little tricks and treats for people out there. We have a couple tricks for Halloween and for finance. It's the rule of 100.
Yep. Well, a couple rules of thumb. The first one is rule of 100. Take your age, subtract it from the number 100. What your left is about the percentage of your investable assets that you should feel comfortable taking risk with. So what it's doing is, as you get older, you're taking less risk with your money, so by the time you get to retirement, you're not going to be in a position where your money's going up and down like a yo-yo, and you might have to delay retirement because of it.
Because when you're not making income anymore, it's important that you don't have that volatility in the stock market that you used to be able to when you had the buffer zone of a paycheck.
Yeah, that's right.
And the rule of 72, what's that trick for us?
Well, the rule of 72 is just when you're not considering taxes and fees and expenses, things like that, you take the interest rate you earn on your money and divide 72 by that number. So that will tell you how long it will take to double your money, okay? Or double any sum. Let's not even call it money. So if you're earning 7.2%, which is hard to find these days, and you divide 72 by 7.2, it will take you 10 years to double that sum at 7.2%. On the flip side, think about it the other way. If you're earning 1%, if all your money is earning 1%, you divide 72 by 1, it's going to take you 72 years to double your money. That's the risk of keeping all your money in a place where you're only earning 1% or less. But there's also a lot of risk involved with trying to find 7.2%. So it's a balance, and it's really a case-by-case basis, and that's why it's important to sit down with someone like myself or myself, if you choose to, and talk about it and figure out what's right for you.
Well, Dylan, unfortunately, we're running out of time, but if people are interested, they can meet you at one of your investment seminars. You have them all the time at restaurants.
Yeah, we do them on a weekly basis. We have them coming up in Hamden at the La Cucina de Hamden House. Best thing to do is call the office. George has the availability and the dates and times. It is by reservation only, so we look forward to seeing people there.
Dylan, it's a pleasure having you here. Go Sox!
Go Sox!
Dylan's got the playoff beard. I don't know how you do it, my friend.
Well, you grew a better beard than me in 1 week.
Very quickly, and I'm very soon going to take it off. Hey, you can visit bondfinancialservices.net to see this guy, or call him 413-754-4747. Just let Dylan and his staff take the steps to secure your financial future.
Rogaine?